Hi there, my name is Haley Carlson and this is my Module 1 introduction video for AEP 855 Ed Leadership. Like I said, my name's Haley. I am an 11th grade English teacher at Manhattan High School in Manhattan, Kansas. I've been a teacher. This is my 4th year. My first 3 years I taught 9th grade English, and this year I moved to teach 11th grade English, so it's a lot different, but I really like it. I actually graduated from Manhattan High School in 2012, and the demographics of Manhattan High have changed a lot in that time period, just in a few years. So we're sitting at about just under 50% for free and reduced lunch. It's a really diverse community for a lot of different reasons. One, Fort Riley is really close, so we have lots of students coming in and out constantly. And then the other one is that Kansas State University is in Manhattan as well, so lots of kids come because their parents are attending or teaching at the university, that sort of thing. So it is a lot of people in and out all the time. It's diverse in a lot of different ways. I got my undergraduate degree at Kansas State University, so I just stayed in Manhattan, and then obviously my graduate degree I'm getting through Fort Hays State University in educational leadership. I should be done with that hopefully May 2021. Then something that's happening in May 2020 is that I'm getting married. So this is the last little bit about me, but I'm getting married here in Manhattan to my fiance, Ben. Why do politics influence schools but not move administration to take action? So this one I thought a lot about. Historically, people feel like they need to avoid topics of politics to protect their job, and I think that is still true to this day. I can think of a couple instances where people that I work with have talked about how they don't want to get political because they don't want to lose their job. They've made that statement. Also, state law and regulations, there are just things that you have to do. Funding, whether you have it or if you don't have it, that controls what you can and cannot take action on. And then understanding the community. So if something, the administrator doesn't feel like an action needs to be taken on it, that would be a good reason to not do something or follow through with that. Why did standards focus on outcomes with the work and skills of the profession to knowledge and skills of the profession? So scores determine funding. Test scores based on standards determines what schools get money and what schools maybe don't have as much. Also, I've even noticed a couple of people who have made the comment in their own videos that standards can feel rigid and restricting, and people don't really like that feeling. But I think also standards offer positive things with students within a state or a region. They all have the same content, knowledge or skills, which can be really nice if in our district kids move in and out all the time. We know where they are at within the content because it's aligned overall. Why the standards evolved to explicitly calling for school leaders' direct action. School leaders must pay attention to what is best for students, teachers, families, and the community overall. So they should be expected to kind of gain the buy-in of all of those stakeholders in the community, so that people will follow the standards and do what they're supposed to do in their job and their community. They are also in the environment every day, so they know what the schools need, and they can be the best person to decide what needs direct action. Why school leaders must become a political activist on behalf of their students and families. So the state makes regulations but does not always know the ins and the outs of all school districts and all schools. And also the school leader needs to be political in order to advocate what's best for their community. So once again, they know their environment, they know what is best, and they need to advocate in regards to that on what's best for their community. Why do politics surrounding educational policies provide the strongest connection between what school leaders do and their abilities to handle it all? School leaders have a lot on their plate when it comes to making decisions, so they have to think about politics, local regulations and state regulations. They have to do what's best for the community, the students, the teachers. And I really liked that the article talked about how school leaders need to empower staff for a collective effort. There's so much to understand when you're a school leader with politics and local and state regulations and understanding the community and getting to know your staff and understanding them. So really sharing the load and giving people the opportunity for agency within that makes it a little bit easier to handle and to manage. So my thoughts on how political influences impact my decision-making process. So obviously I follow the standards and the state requirements and regulations because I'm a teacher and I have to, and I know that I have to. But honestly, I rarely think about politics when I make decisions right now for my classroom. It just doesn't really come up very often, or I don't ever think about it. Typically, I assume that my administration will take care of politics and break that down for me and make sure that I know what I need to know and that I do what I know I need to do. So my proposal for improvement, become more involved in the decision-making processes for my school and my district. I could do this by attending a board meeting, also talking with my current administration and seeing how they feel about the topic of politics and how they manage that in the school setting. Also stay up to date on current events of local, state, and federal politics that impact me. But overall, I'm really excited to learn about some of the stuff in this class because just reading that article, I really enjoyed doing that. So I can't wait to learn some more. Thanks for watching.